Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off our presentation today on mixing, sound design, and live setup essentials. This is part of our DJ and AV Foundation series. Over the next few slides, we'll explore the key skills and knowledge needed to succeed in this field. We'll cover everything from basic sound techniques to setting up live events. So, let's get started and dive into the fundamentals that will help you become confident in your DJ and AV setups. Welcome to Slide 2. Here, we outline the key modules of our course. First, we have Module 1, which is an introduction to DJing and AV fundamentals. This sets the foundation by covering the basics of what DJing involves and how audio-visual elements come into play. Next, Module 2 dives into DJ equipment and software essentials, where you'll learn about the tools you need to get started and how to operate them effectively. Moving on, Module 3 focuses on mixing techniques and beat matching, crucial skills for creating seamless transitions between tracks. Then, Module 4 explores sound design and audio processing basics, giving you insight into shaping and refining your sound. Module 5 covers audio systems and signal flow, helping you understand how sound travels through different setups. Finally, Module 6 addresses visual and AV integration for live events, emphasizing the importance of combining audio with visual elements for a compelling performance. These modules collectively support our overall goal: to equip you with both technical skills and creative insights for successful DJing and AV production. Welcome to Module 1, DJing and AV Fundamentals. In this section, we'll lay the foundation for understanding the core skills and knowledge needed to succeed in this field. We'll cover essential concepts like how to set up and operate DJ equipment, as well as the basics of audio-visual technology. These fundamentals are crucial because they not only ensure smooth performances, but also help you create engaging experiences for your audience. As we go through this module, keep in mind that mastering these basics will serve as the building blocks for more advanced techniques later on. So, let's dive in and start exploring the essential skills that form the backbone of effective DJing and AV work. Let's take a look at the evolution of DJ culture from its origins to today. Starting in the 1940s and 50s, radio DJs and Jamaican sound systems really set the foundation, focusing on selection, amplification, and building community through music. Moving into the 1970s, disco DJs became central to nightlife, energizing dance floors with continuous mixing and extending records to keep the party going. Then in the 1980s, hip-hop emerged, transforming DJs from just playing records to live performers through techniques like turntablism, scratching, and breakbeats, which expanded the creative possibilities. The 1990s saw rave and EDM scenes go global, with DJ-led events emphasizing precise mixing and crowd engagement, helping to build vibrant electronic communities worldwide. Finally, in the 2000s and beyond, the digital shift has really accelerated how we discover, edit, and perform music. Software and controllers now enable real-time engagement and creativity, making DJing more accessible and innovative than ever before. This progression highlights how technological advances and cultural shifts continually shape the art of DJing, making it a dynamic and evolving form of musical expression. Now let's talk about entertainers and atmosphere shapers, specifically DJs. DJs do much more than just play music. They blend music, aesthetics, and crowd interaction to really set the energy and pace throughout the room. They're the ones who read the crowd and adapt their choices to keep everyone engaged. Moving on, DJs also serve as curators across a wide range of event formats. Whether it's a festival or a corporate event, they tailor their music selections to match the audience dynamics and the brand's identity. This adaptability is key in creating a memorable experience. Finally, technology has really expanded what DJs can do today. They're increasingly incorporating audio-visual elements and streaming workflows to deliver immersive, hybrid, and virtual performances. This integration allows for more engaging experiences, even when audiences are remote or in different locations. Overall, the role of DJs in modern events is dynamic and multifaceted. blending artistry with technology to elevate the atmosphere and connect with audiences in new and exciting ways. Let's talk about synchronization first. This is all about using tools that connect sound with visual effects, making sure everything works together smoothly. When these elements are properly synchronized, it creates a more cohesive and engaging live performance that captivates the audience. Next, control refers to managing the various technical aspects behind the scenes. This includes lighting controls, AV interfaces, and system management, all of which need to work seamlessly to ensure the show runs smoothly without any hiccups. Moving on to video, this covers the basics like video projection, screens, cameras, and playback devices. These are crucial for visual enhancement, helping us tell a story or set the mood visually, which adds depth to the overall experience. Finally, audio encompasses different signal types, both analog and digital, plus microphones, speakers, and mixing consoles. These components are essential for delivering clear, balanced sound, ensuring that the audience hears everything just as intended. All these elements, synchronization, control, video, and audio, are interconnected pieces of the AV puzzle, and understanding how they work together is key to creating memorable live events. Let's take a moment to focus on some key terminology for DJing and AV. Mastering these terms is essential because it helps you communicate clearly and work more efficiently in professional settings. When you're explaining your setup or troubleshooting a problem, knowing the right words can make all the difference. These terms form the foundation of technical fluency, which is crucial whether you're mixing music, managing sound, or coordinating visual elements. Remember, the goal is to be confident and precise in your communication. By familiarizing yourself with this vocabulary, you'll be better equipped to collaborate with clients, other technicians, and event organizers. Ultimately, these terms are tools that support your overall goal, delivering seamless, professional experiences in DJing and AV work. Let's take a closer look at cable routing, which is a crucial part of setting up a reliable AV system. Proper cable connections are essential because they help maintain signal integrity and reduce the risk of failures. If cables are poorly routed or connected, you might experience dropouts or noise, which can really impact the overall performance. Now, as the signal travels from the source, such as a microphone or playback device, it moves through various components like mixers, processors, and amplifiers before reaching the speakers. Each of these stages plays a vital role in shaping the final sound. Understanding the basic signal path is key, starting from the audio source, passing through mixers and processors to enhance or modify the sound, then going to the amplifier, and finally reaching the speakers. Proper routing ensures that the signal remains strong and clear at every stage. One of the most important concepts here is to always pay attention to cable management. Keeping cables organized, avoiding unnecessary runs, and ensuring secure connections help prevent interference, signal loss, and potential failures. Remember, a well-planned cable route is foundational for system reliability. It not only makes troubleshooting easier, but also ensures consistent, high-quality audio performance across the entire setup. Welcome to Module 2, where we'll dive into DJ equipment and software essentials. In this section, we'll explore the core tools that every DJ needs to create an engaging set. We'll cover the key pieces of equipment, from turntables and mixers to controllers, and discuss the various software options available. Understanding these essentials is crucial because they form the foundation of your DJing craft. By mastering the equipment and software, you'll be able to focus on what truly matters, reading your crowd and creating an unforgettable experience. So, let's get started and see how these tools connect to your overall DJing journey. Now, let's talk about blending multiple audio channels. Modern DJ units often combine tactile control with digital signal processing, which really opens up creative possibilities for live manipulation. This means you can physically adjust your controls while also applying complex effects and processing in real time, making your performance more dynamic and engaging. Moving on to mixers. These are the traditional decks that many of us associate with vinyl playback and scratching. They're prized for their analog feel and precision, giving DJs a tactile connection to the music that's hard to replicate digitally. Then we have turntables, which are still a staple for many DJs. They integrate software control alongside tactile pads, knobs, and jog wheels, allowing for a hands-on performance experience that blends the best of analog and digital worlds. Overall, this slide highlights how DJ hardware has evolved to offer a variety of tools, whether it's traditional mixers, turntables, or modern controllers, that enable DJs to craft their sound creatively and intuitively. Let's talk about ease of use first. Digital setups are generally much easier to set up and transport. You can pack them up quickly and move from one gig to another without much hassle. On the other hand, analog gear tends to require more technical know-how. It often needs careful maintenance and calibration, which can be a bit daunting if you're not familiar with it. Moving on to cost, analog systems usually involve pricey hardware and records, which can add up quickly. Digital solutions, however, tend to be more budget-friendly since they rely mostly on software and controllers. This makes digital setups more accessible to a wider range of DJs, especially those just starting out. When we look at flexibility, digital systems really shine. They allow for looping, seamless integration with other digital tools, and are highly portable. You can customize and manipulate your sound in ways that are difficult with analog. Analog setups are more limited in this regard, but they do offer tactile control, which many DJs still find really valuable for their hands-on feel. Finally, let's consider sound quality. Analog is known for delivering a warm, authentic sound that many purists prefer. It has a certain character that's hard to replicate digitally. Digital audio, meanwhile, offers a clean and precise sound, with the added benefit of customizable effects. It's versatile and can adapt to a wide range of styles and preferences. So, in the bigger picture, choosing between digital and analog depends on what matters most to you, whether it's ease of use, cost, flexibility, or sound quality. Each has its strengths, and understanding these helps you make the best choice for your style and needs. Let's take a closer look at Traktor. It's well known for its creative remixing capabilities and a wide range of effects. This makes it a favorite among DJs who want to craft unique mixes. Traktor also supports flexible beat matching and innovative sound manipulation, allowing DJs to experiment and create their signature sound. Moving on to mixing possibilities, understanding each platform opens up different styles and creative options. Each software has its own strengths, so knowing what they excel at helps you choose the right tool for your performance. Now let's discuss Rekordbox. It's tightly integrated with Pioneer hardware, which makes it especially advantageous if you're working within a Pioneer-based setup. It offers advanced performance modes and is excellent for preparing playlists, making your workflow smooth and efficient. When we talk about strengths, Serato is renowned for its reliability and performance. It's a solid choice for live DJing and club environments because of its robust track management and seamless hardware integration. On the other hand, Rekordbox excels in hardware integration, especially with Pioneer gear, and Traktor shines with its remixing tools and effects. Finally, looking at core functionalities, all these platforms handle track management and beat matching, but they each bring unique features to the table, whether it's effects, hardware control, or advanced performance modes. Understanding these core aspects helps you pick the right software to match your style and needs as a DJ. When it comes to connections and cabling in a typical DJ setup, there are several common cable types you'll encounter. RCA, XLR, TRS, USB, and MIDI are the main ones you'll use to link everything together, from mixers and controllers to interfaces and speakers. Each of these has its specific purpose and advantages, so understanding which to use in different situations is key. Next, let's talk about signal types and noise control. Knowing the difference between balanced and unbalanced cables is super important. Balanced cables, like XLR and TRS, help prevent hum and interference, especially over longer cable runs. This is essential to maintaining clean sound quality and avoiding unwanted noise during your event. Finally, setup readiness plays a big role in ensuring everything runs smoothly. Using the correct connectors and adapters is crucial, but so is keeping your cables clean and well managed. Good cable management not only prevents accidental disconnections, but also helps maintain interoperability between your gear, leading to a more stable and professional performance. All these factors, cable types, signal management, and proper setup, are interconnected and contribute to the overall success of your event. When you pay attention to these details, you set yourself up for a seamless, high-quality audio experience. All right, now we're at the final stage with the sound check. This is where we verify that everything flows smoothly and remains reliable when live. It's crucial to make sure there are no surprises during the actual performance. Right now, we've completed 100% of this step, so we're confident that the sound will hold up under real conditions. Remember, a thorough sound check helps ensure a seamless experience for both the DJ and the audience. This step ties everything together, confirming that all previous configurations come together perfectly for the live environment. Welcome to Module 3, where we'll dive into mixing techniques and beat matching. In this section, we'll explore the essential skills that help you create seamless transitions between tracks. We'll start by discussing different mixing techniques, like cutting, blending, and EQing, which are fundamental for maintaining energy and flow. Then, we'll focus on beat matching, a crucial skill that involves aligning the tempos and beats of two tracks so they sound like one continuous piece. Mastering beat matching not only improves your technical ability, but also enhances the overall listening experience for your audience. Remember, these techniques are the backbone of professional DJing and help you tell a story through your music. As we go through, keep in mind how these skills connect to the larger goal of creating engaging and smooth sets that keep your crowd moving. Let's talk about tempo and BPM, which stands for beats per minute. Tempo is essentially the speed of a track, and BPM is how we measure that speed. When beat matching, BPM acts as our reference point. It helps us align the pulse of one track with another, so transitions feel smooth and stable rather than rushed or dragging. For example, at 120 BPM, you hear 120 beats in a minute, which is about 2 beats per second. If you move to 128 BPM, the beats come faster, which adds energy but also leaves less room for error. Meaning, if you're not precise, your mix can feel out of sync. Now most dance music is in 4/4 time. That means we count 1, 2, 3, 4 repeatedly. One bar or measure contains 4 beats. This is the basic unit that DJs use to line up rhythmic elements like kicks, claps, and downbeats. To put it into perspective, 4 beats make 1 bar, 8 bars equal 32 beats, and 16 bars are 64 beats. When you can count these consistently, you can start a new track so that its 1 lands exactly on the outgoing track. 1, creating a seamless transition. Moving on to phrasing and rhythm structure, most genres organize changes into predictable phrases. Think of 8, 16, or 32 bars. Even if drum patterns differ, say house grooves, techno drives, or hip-hop swings, the track still signals when it's time to transition at these phrase boundaries. A typical breakdown might be an intro of 8 to 16 bars, followed by the main groove for 16 to 32 bars, then a breakdown or build-up leading to a drop. Mixing at the start of these phrases helps keep elements coherent. Bass lines swap cleanly, vocals come in on time, and the energy builds intentionally. Ultimately, mastering BPM, bar counting, and phrasing allows us to anticipate what's coming next, making our transitions feel natural and inevitable. This understanding is key for DJing, so we can predict, count, and align tracks perfectly, creating a compelling flow that keeps the dance floor engaged. Now that we've prepared our tracks, the next step is to blend the transitions smoothly. Once the tracks are aligned, we want to mix them seamlessly to create a fluid transition that keeps the energy going. It's all about making the switch feel natural and effortless. To do that effectively, continuous feedback is crucial. We need to keep listening and adjusting as the tracks progress, ensuring they stay in sync. This ongoing process allows us to respond to any subtle changes and maintain perfect alignment throughout the mix. Fine-tuning the alignment is also key. This involves making small pitch adjustments and using jog wheel techniques to synchronize the beats precisely. These small tweaks help us lock the tracks together tightly, giving a professional and polished sound. Monitoring the beats is our next focus. We should listen carefully to both tracks, looking for any misalignments in the rhythm. Identifying these discrepancies early allows us to correct them before they become noticeable. Adjusting the pitch is an important tool in our kit. By using pitch controls, we can alter the speed of a track, aiming to match the tempo of the playing track. This step is essential for maintaining the groove and ensuring a consistent rhythm. Finally, cueing the track involves selecting and preparing the incoming song so it's ready to be mixed in. Proper cueing sets the stage for a smooth blend and helps us execute beat matching with confidence. Remember, manual beat matching is about more than just syncing tracks. It's a skill that develops rhythmic perception and flexibility. By adjusting track speed by ear with pitch controls, we gain a deeper understanding of rhythm, which ultimately makes us better DJs. When considering when to avoid using sync, it's important to think about the context. Sync is best avoided during skill-building sessions, where developing your manual mixing skills is key. It's also not ideal for spontaneous performances, where improvisation and quick thinking are essential. Additionally, if you prefer maintaining manual control over your mixes, relying on sync might hinder that. On the other hand, there are situations where sync really shines. It's perfect for high-pressure environments where quick transitions are necessary, or when working with multi-deck setups that require precise timing. Also, if you're focusing on effects and creative mixing, sync can help you stay in sync and free up your attention for more creative decisions. Now, let's look at some of the drawbacks. Using sync can lead to a decline in manual beat matching skills because you might become dependent on the technology. It can also limit your creative control, as you're following the beat rather than shaping it yourself. Plus, relying on sync increases your dependence on technology, which can be a problem if there are technical issues. But there are clear advantages, too. Sync allows for rapid transitions between tracks, which is a huge time saver during live sets. It also enables complex layering of sounds that might be difficult to achieve manually, opening up new creative possibilities. Finally, when it comes to using sync features, it's about knowing when to leverage their strengths. They're most useful in situations where speed and precision matter, helping you focus on creative effects and arrangements, rather than technical timing. Understanding when and how to use sync effectively can really elevate your DJ performance while still maintaining your artistic control. Skillful EQing is all about smoothing out the frequency buildup, which really helps enhance the flow of the mix. It keeps the sound comfortable over time, especially during long sets. When you're working with transitions, using high-pass and low-pass sweeps can shape the handoff, making sure the mix stays clean as different elements swap places. Think of filters as your control tools. They help manage the energy in the mix so it doesn't get overwhelming. A key point is to cut the low end on the outgoing track while subtly raising it on the incoming one. This prevents harsh overlaps that can cause muddiness or harshness. It's a delicate balance. Trading bass frequencies between tracks keeps the overall sound clear and punchy. So remember, EQing and filtering are essential techniques for achieving smooth transitions that keep the audience engaged without fatigue. Now let's talk about layering. This is all about combining multiple musical elements to build energy and complexity in a track. Think of it as creating a rich tapestry of sounds that keep the audience engaged. Layering allows DJs to craft truly unique and dynamic performances by blending different sounds seamlessly. Next, we have effects. Applying reverb, delay, and other effects adds texture and depth to your mix. These effects help shape the sonic atmosphere, making transitions smoother and keeping the audience captivated. They are essential tools for adding personality and flair to your set. Finally, let's discuss loops. Repeating sections of a track can extend a song or create seamless transitions between tracks. Loops give DJs the power to manipulate song structure creatively, maintaining a consistent rhythmic flow that keeps the energy moving. All these techniques, loops, effects, and layering, are fundamental to creative mixing. When used thoughtfully, they enable you to craft a performance that's not just technically solid, but also engaging and memorable for your audience. Welcome to Module 4, where we dive into sound design and audio processing basics. In this section, we'll explore the fundamental concepts that help us craft compelling audio experiences. We'll start by understanding how sound design is not just about creating sounds, but about shaping the overall auditory atmosphere. Then, we'll look at key audio processing techniques, like filtering, equalization, and modulation, which allow us to refine and manipulate sounds to fit our creative vision. These tools are essential for achieving professional quality audio, whether for film, games, or other multimedia projects. Throughout this module, remember that mastering these basics will give you a solid foundation to experiment and innovate in your sound design work. So, let's get started and explore how these core principles come together to elevate your audio projects. Sound synthesis creates audio by starting with basic waveforms, such as sine, square, sawtooth, and triangle. Each of these waveforms has a unique sound character, or timbre, which is mainly shaped by their harmonic content. This is really important because it allows us to design and craft custom sounds for different sets and production needs. Let's talk about the different waveform types. The sine wave is the simplest. It's a smooth, pure tone with almost no harmonics, giving it a very clean sound. Moving on to the square wave, which has an edgy and hollow quality, characterized by strong odd harmonics that give it a distinctive, somewhat buzzy sound. The sawtooth wave is brighter and richer, containing a dense series of harmonics that make it very lively and full. Lastly, the triangle wave is softer and more mellow, with fewer and softer odd harmonics compared to the square wave, resulting in a gentler tone. Understanding how these waveforms and their harmonic content influence timbre is fundamental to sound synthesis. It allows us not just to recreate natural sounds, but also to invent entirely new sonic textures by manipulating these core waveforms. This is a key part of how we shape the overall character and mood of our sounds in production. Now, let's explore how we can use samplers, synthesizers, and drum machines to expand our creative options during live performances. Starting with samplers, these tools allow us to capture audio clips and then reshape them creatively. We can chop up sounds, change their pitch, or stretch them in time, which makes live remixing dynamic and unique each time. Moving on to synthesizers, they give us the power to build entirely new sounds from scratch using oscillators. Plus, by sculpting these tones with filters and modulation, we can create rich, original textures that add depth to our music. Then there are drum machines, which are fantastic for programming rhythmic patterns. With step sequencing and swing features, we can craft grooves that drive the performance and keep the energy flowing. When combined, these tools significantly broaden our creative palette, enabling us to craft both fresh sounds and compelling remixes in real time. They're essential for pushing the boundaries of live electronic music and making each performance truly one of a kind. Now, let's take a closer look at some essential audio effects that help shape our sound. First up is compression. Compression controls the dynamic range of our audio, meaning it balances out the loud and soft parts. This ensures that the overall sound remains clear and consistent, especially in complex mixes where many sounds compete for attention. Think of it as a way to keep everything within a comfortable volume range, making sure no element gets lost or overwhelms the mix. Next is delay, which repeats sounds after a brief pause to create echo effects. This can add depth and texture, giving your mix a sense of space and rhythm. It's a powerful tool for enhancing atmosphere and making your tracks feel more immersive. Finally, we have reverb. Reverb adds a sense of space by simulating how sound behaves in a room or hall. It makes your audio feel more natural and three-dimensional, helping listeners feel like they're right there with the performers. Together, these effects are fundamental for adding richness and dimension to your mixes, and understanding them is key to achieving professional-sounding results. Sound design is really about layering different elements like synthesis, samples, and effects to create unique and recognizable timbres. These timbres are what help define a DJ's style and make their performance stand out. Custom sounds, in particular, are crucial because they make your sets more memorable and give you a competitive edge in scenes where many DJs are vying for attention. When I talk about detailed text representation, I mean that understanding and documenting your workflow and creative choices allows you to refine your craft and make more nuanced decisions. Ultimately, crafting unique sounds involves carefully combining synthesis, samples, and effects to develop your signature sound. It's about creating a distinct auditory identity that resonates with your style and audience. Now, let's talk about how we integrate sound design live during a performance. First, we start with preparation, setting up our controllers, effects units, and software beforehand. This step is crucial to ensure everything runs smoothly and gives us the flexibility to adapt on the fly. Once we're live, triggering is our next key point. We initiate sound elements in real time, responding to the energy of the moment and the audience. This keeps the performance dynamic and engaging. From there, manipulation comes into play. We modify sounds live using effects and mixing techniques to create a more impactful and immersive experience. And finally, the transition aspect is vital. We smoothly shift between sound layers and scenes, maintaining the flow and keeping the audience engaged without any jarring changes. All these elements, preparation, triggering, manipulation, and transition, work together to deliver a seamless and compelling live sound experience. Welcome to Module 5, where we're diving into audio systems and signal flow. In this section, we'll explore how audio signals travel through different components in a system. Understanding signal flow is essential because it helps us troubleshoot, optimize, and ensure the best sound quality. We'll look at how various pieces like mixers, amplifiers, and speakers connect and work together. This helps us see the bigger picture of how professional audio setups operate seamlessly. By mastering these concepts, you'll be better equipped to design and manage effective audio systems in any environment. So, let's get started and see how all these elements come together to create clear, powerful sound. When it comes to splitting the audio into frequency bands, we route each band to the appropriate driver. This way, we ensure that each part of the sound spectrum is handled by the right speaker component, delivering balanced coverage and clear intelligibility throughout the space. Next, we have the crossovers. Their role is crucial. They increase the signal power enough so that the speakers can produce sufficient volume without distortion. Proper gain staging with crossovers helps us maintain clarity and provides enough headroom, so the sound remains clean and not muddled even at higher volumes. Then we move on to amplifiers. These devices take the electrical signal, amplify it, and convert it into sound. They're essential because they give us the power needed for the drivers to perform well. Different drivers, like woofers and tweeters, handle different ranges, with woofers covering the lows and tweeters the highs, ensuring the sound spreads evenly across the entire room. Understanding these components and how they work together is key to designing effective PA systems. Each piece plays a vital role in achieving clear, balanced sound that reaches every corner of the venue. All right, let's walk through the key points on this slide. First, at the very start of the chain, we have the source. This is where we expect the baseline level to be, typically around 0 dB. It's crucial to verify this because it sets the foundation for the entire signal flow. Next, we move to the mixer. Here, we check the input versus the output to ensure proper gain staging. For example, if the input is at -2 dB, the output should ideally match that. Also at -2 dB, this step helps us identify any unintended gain changes that could affect the sound quality. Then we have the amplifier. The main focus here is to look for level changes or the onset of clipping. For instance, if the input is at -2 dB and the output is at -1 dB, that indicates a gain increase, but we also need to watch for clipping, which can distort the sound. Finally, at the end of the chain, there's the confirm restored output, which should be checked to ensure it's at the expected level, like 0 dB in this case. Confirming this helps us verify that the signal has been properly restored after processing. The overall goal of these steps, especially when using signal flow diagrams, is to map the audio from the source all the way to the output. This process allows us to quickly pinpoint where signal loss or distortion might be happening, which is essential during live performances to troubleshoot efficiently and keep everything sounding clear and balanced. All right, let's talk about the recommended optimal peak level for digital gain staging. The key idea here is to set your levels at each stage so that you're maximizing the signal-to-noise ratio without risking clipping. Clipping, of course, leads to distortion, which we definitely want to avoid. By maintaining proper levels, you preserve the audio fidelity, and this is especially important in live sound situations where clarity is crucial. The target level we're aiming for is around -18 decibels full scale, or -18 dBFS. This gives us enough headroom to prevent distortion, but still keeps the signal strong and clean. So remember, proper gain staging isn't just about avoiding distortion. It's about ensuring the best possible sound quality throughout your entire signal chain. Reliable monitoring is a key factor in improving track selection and mix accuracy. When your monitoring setup is solid, it really boosts your confidence and engagement on stage. It's important because it allows you to hear the mix clearly in the booth, so you can react quickly to changes in room energy, volume levels, and how the crowd responds. This immediate feedback helps you make adjustments on the fly, keeping the performance seamless. Monitoring speakers are essential tools. They let you cue and preview tracks privately. This way, you can lock in the timing and phrasing before the audience ever hears the transition, ensuring everything flows smoothly. It's all about maintaining control and precision. And of course, headphones are a critical part of stage monitoring. They give you that private, clear sound so you can focus on your mix without distractions. Overall, good stage monitoring, whether through speakers or headphones, is what keeps the performance tight, confident, and engaging for the audience. Let's start with sound level management. It's crucial to monitor and adjust gain, volume, and EQ settings carefully. Keeping levels balanced helps us avoid sudden spikes that can cause feedback or disrupt the performance. Small adjustments here make a big difference in sound quality. Next, microphone placement is key. Position your microphones away from speakers whenever possible to minimize feedback. Don't be afraid to experiment with different angles and distances. Sometimes a slight shift can significantly improve sound clarity and reduce unwanted noise. Now, onto impedance matching. Always check the device specifications for impedance. Using matching adapters or DI boxes ensures the signal remains strong and clear. Proper impedance matching prevents signal loss or distortion, which can compromise the overall sound. Finally, signal path setup is about understanding your gear. Identify the input and output ports on each device. Use the right cables to connect everything properly. A clean, well-organized signal path boosts sound quality and minimizes issues like hum or noise. When connecting gear, it's all about managing feedback and maintaining a smooth signal flow. By paying attention to these details, level management, placement, impedance, and connections, you create a stable, high-quality sound environment that supports the entire performance. In Module 6, we're focusing on visual and AV integration, which is a critical aspect of creating a seamless and engaging presentation environment. Here, the key points revolve around how effectively integrating visual elements and audio-visual technology can elevate the overall impact of your message. It's not just about having high-quality equipment, but about ensuring that your visuals and audio work together harmoniously to support your content and engage your audience. We want to highlight the importance of planning and coordination, making sure the visuals, sound, and lighting all align with your presentation goals. This integration helps to clarify your message, keep your audience focused, and make your delivery more memorable. Remember, the overall theme of this presentation is about creating a compelling and professional experience, and mastering AV integration is vital to achieving that. When done well, it enhances understanding, maintains interest, and leaves a lasting impression. When cues trigger lighting and effects together, the room transforms into a cohesive, immersive environment that draws the audience in. This synchronization creates a seamless experience, making everything feel intentional and engaging. Sound-synced immersion is especially powerful because when lighting and effects are in sync with the music, it enhances the emotional impact and energy of the performance. Lasers, strobes, and projections are key tools in this toolkit. They add texture and spectacle, pushing the boundaries of what lighting alone can communicate. They help create dynamic visual interest and amplify the mood. Now, when we think about our visual effects toolkit, it's important to remember that color, intensity, and movement aren't just decorative. They shape the audience's emotional response and guide their attention. Bright colors or sudden changes in intensity can highlight key moments, while smooth movements can support transitions and maintain flow. All of these elements work together to support the music's energy and help tell the story visually. And of course, understanding the fundamentals of stage lighting is essential. These basics form the foundation that allows us to craft compelling, professional lighting designs. By mastering these core concepts, we can elevate any performance and truly support the overall production. Let's start with projectors. They are essential for delivering large-format video displays, especially in live environments where visibility and impact are crucial. They allow us to project high-quality images onto big screens, making sure everyone in the audience can see clearly. Moving on to LED screens, these provide even higher resolution visuals. They are known for their brightness and contrast, which means they perform well even in well-lit spaces. This makes LED screens ideal for dynamic, vibrant presentations where visual clarity is key. And then we have media servers. These are the backbone for managing playback and controlling content in real time. They enable us to coordinate multiple outputs seamlessly, ensuring our visuals run smoothly and respond instantly to live cues or changes. All of these AV hardware components, projectors, LED screens, and media servers, are vital for creating engaging, professional presentations. They work together to enhance the overall experience and ensure our message is delivered effectively in any live setting. Let's take a closer look at how we can create a truly immersive experience by syncing visuals with audio performances. At the core, it all starts with audio signal detection. Whether we're working with live music or pre-recorded tracks, capturing those signals is essential because it serves as our starting point for synchronization. Once we have that, we move into software integration. We use specialized software to interpret these signals and manage the timing. This software acts like the brain, coordinating everything seamlessly. Next, we assign specific audio cues to visual effects through visual effect mapping. This means that every beat or sound triggers a corresponding visual element, making the experience more dynamic. To ensure everything happens exactly when it should, we choose our communication protocols carefully, either MIDI or OSC. These protocols facilitate real-time triggering, meaning visual effects are activated precisely in sync with the music. This precise timing enhances the sensory experience, making the audience feel more immersed and engaged. Finally, audience engagement is amplified because the enhanced sensory experience draws people into the performance on a deeper level. It's all about combining these elements: detection, software, mapping, protocols, and triggering to create a cohesive, impactful audio-visual performance. Now, let's talk about some of the key applications for these tools. Resolume is really popular in live performance settings, such as concerts and clubs, because of its ability to handle dynamic visuals and real-time effects. On the other hand, MadMapper is often used for art installations and immersive environments, where precise projection mapping and spatial control are essential. When we compare their features, you'll notice that Resolume excels in live mixing and layering effects, making it perfect for performances that require on-the-fly adjustments. MadMapper, however, stands out in mapping precision and spatial control, which are crucial for creating seamless projections on complex surfaces or architectural structures. Focusing on MadMapper, its strengths are geometric warping and spatial video placement, which are ideal for installations or architectural AV projects where accuracy and detail matter. Meanwhile, Resolume specializes in VJ mixing, real-time video effects, and audio-reactive visuals, making it the go-to for live performances that need dynamic media manipulation on the spot. In summary, these tools serve different but sometimes overlapping purposes in live AV. Resolume is your choice for energetic, real-time visual performances, and MadMapper is better suited for detailed, spatially precise projection work. Understanding these differences helps us select the right tool for the specific needs of a project, whether it's a concert, an art installation, or an immersive experience. So let's talk about what creative visual design really is. It's about blending thematic content with interactive elements and synchronized effects to truly immerse audiences in the experience. When done thoughtfully, these visual systems can transform a performance into something much more engaging and memorable. They create a consistent, intentional, and emotionally resonant environment that draws people in and makes the moment unforgettable. Now, why does this matter? Well, innovation in visuals is a key way to differentiate performances in a crowded space. It helps build a strong, memorable brand identity that audiences will associate with your unique style. Plus, having a detailed understanding of the creative processes behind these visuals allows us to craft more impactful, audience-first experiences. It's about creating immersive, interactive visuals that not only captivate, but also connect on a deeper emotional level, elevating the entire performance. Now let's talk about integrating AV live. This is where syncing visuals, managing levels, and rehearsing workflows come together to deliver truly immersive performances. It's about making sure everything runs smoothly and seamlessly, so the audience is fully engaged. Next, designing your sound is crucial. Your choices around tone, space, and dynamics help transform a simple set into a signature experience. Think of it as painting with sound. Every detail adds to the overall vibe. Mixing with intent is the next key point. Using advanced transitions, applying EQ discipline, and carefully phrasing your elements creates control, energy, and flow. It's about guiding the audience's emotional journey through your mix. Building the base is foundational. Understanding your history, knowing your gear, routing properly, and gain staging are what set you up for reliable, professional quality sound. It's the backbone that ensures everything else works flawlessly. And finally, to wrap up, remember that strong DJ and AV foundations are essential for unlocking immersive shows. When you master these elements, you set the stage for memorable, impactful performances that truly resonate.